Alright, hey y'all. So welcome back to Every 4 Years. I am so grateful that you all watched the first video. It was made in the heat of the moment. I'm not sure if you could tell, but I've had some time, and I know I took too much time. I was very much in my feelings after what happened the first night of trials, and I know we're like within a week of the game starting, so I'm not just going to recap what happened day 2 of trials. That's like old news by now. But what I will do is go through the U.S. Olympic team, look at the members, we'll break down, kind of review what they did at trials a little bit, but mainly we're going to look at what I think the lineups are going to be, what they could potentially be, and what, you know, that sort of thing. So we'll start, you know, at the top, winner from trials. So Simone Biles, day 2 of trials was pretty much true to form. Nothing happened that would really cause anyone any sort of alarm based and change what we think she will contribute to the team. Okay, so for Simone at the Olympics, of course, I have her doing all around. I feel like a lot of this is just goes without saying, but Simone Biles will be doing all around in prelims for the USA, barring something crazy happening, but let's hope all the craziness has happened already. We got that out of our system at trials. I'm gonna choose to believe that. That is what I'm gonna do. All right, so Simone, vault, bars, beam, floor. I think she has event final potential on all 4 events. She's done it before many times over at this point, you know, 2018, of course, getting medals in the all-around team in all 4 events. That's insane. But I think she can get to the finals on all 4 this time around as well, especially without Shai on the team. If we had Shai and Suni on the team, more than likely you might see Simone Biles not in the bar final. But with the team that we have, Simone's probably going to make the finals on all 4 events. And medal potential, of course, in all those events. Maybe it's at bars. Bars is very stacked this year. I may go ahead and do breakdowns of the events at some point as well, but bars is stacked. Probably won't see Simone Biles squeezing onto the medal podium like she was able to do in 2018 at Worlds this time around. But I could see her in every single event final. She's that girl. We know this. I think I'm going to move on from this. As far as the next place at trials was Suni Lee. Really, really happy for her. That day 2 bars, those day 2 bars were just, that was the truth. That really was the truth. I know she had a fall on beam, but she was the truth on bars. And that floor routine was great too. That Chusovitna is, it's a chef's kiss because we've never seen her do it. She's done many other passes, many other difficult passes, double doubles, double layouts, but I had heard that she was warming up Chusovitna in the podium trainings for trials. I was like, okay, let's see what this looks like. And then she does it, and it's pretty flawless, just fully straight, the twist landing, it's really nice. As far as finals potential for Suni, definitely could see her in the all-around. I know in prelims you probably put her up. Let me prelims first. Let's go back because we're doing lineups first, okay? Prelims, I can see Suni doing the all-around, of course, barring what happened. Some crazy event, I think she's going to get the opportunity to do all-around in the prelims at the Olympics. And we'll go from there. As far as her finals potential, definitely the all-around, defending Olympic champion. She could, you know, get to the finals again, easy. And then bars and beam and floor. We like to forget that Suni got a silver medal on floor in 2019. You know, she only got bronze on bars that year. But she can get to the floor final. That floor routine is beautiful, and Suni's just so smart. And we saw that last Olympics. She's able to adapt if maybe something isn't getting scored well, or something isn't quite getting the credit that she thinks that she thought it was going to get in prelims. And she and her coaches see what the judges are doing. They will change their routine. You know, that's something that I really love about this kind of new regime at USA Gymnastics, we see the gymnasts and the coaches making those decisions. If it's something that can be changed or adapted, they'll do it. I think Jade did something like that between prelims and finals for floor and wound up with a gold medal last time around. So I think we could see Suni in bars finals, beam finals, floor finals, potentially. It's going to be a dogfight to get into that floor final off this team, but we'll talk about that later. I think almost anybody who competes in the floor lineup for USA has floor X final potential. As much as we talk about how floor is, you know, kind of the lower scoring event overall for the entire world, USA has brought 4 really strong floor workers to the games, and that lineup is sick. It really is. We'll keep going though. Next, we have Jordan Chiles. Jordan, my Jordan. Really glad to see her on the team. And she just kind of did her job. Beam day 2 was shaky. Beam day 2 gave me feelings because beam's not Jordan's most consistent event. We know this, and she's had falls. We love her. She's had falls at the Olympics, at World Championships, but I still believe in prelims, based on who we have, Jordan gets to go for the all-around. I can see that happening. I don't anticipate this happening, but if Jordan just, for whatever reason, is just completely incapable of hitting a beam routine in training, Jade is there. Jade can give us a routine if we need one for prelims, but I do think they're going to let Jordan go for the all-around in prelims. You know, have the 3 ladies, Biles, Suni, and Chiles, you know, kind of duke it out for those 2 spots. I think it's going to be Suni and Simone, but you never know. You never know what's going to happen. Gymnastics gonna gymnastics, Olympics gonna Olympics. We can sit here and make these plans. We can sit here and make these predictions all fucking day. But at the end of the day, what happens on the day is anyone's guess. And things be happening at these Olympic Games. It's real. It's so real. I can see Jordan as far as event finals. She will have a chance to go for vault, but with Simone and Jade on the team, probably not likely, barring major craziness in prelims. Her best bet is floor. But then again, it's Simone and Jade to get through. As far as floor is concerned, it is Jordan's best opportunity to get into an event final. Now, she's got to get through Simone or Jade, and that's not going to be easy. Defending world champion, defending Olympic champion, it's really not going to be any easy task at all. And Charles kind of tells that story too. Jordan got 14-1 on both days, and Jade got a 14-1-5 on day 2. They're both scoring around the same, so I think, and it depends on how the judges evaluate things with certain dance elements, and are things rotated, are things fully split. But I'm gonna go ahead and give the advantage in this case. I love Jordan. I'm gonna give the advantage to Jade to get that 2 per country spot in the floor final. But I do think floor is Jordan's best chance for the finals. Yeah. Next, we will go ahead and get to Jade. Jade finally on an Olympic team to compete for the team medal this time around. That's awesome for her. She seems very excited about that. I mean, why wouldn't she be? It's amazing. But I do think in preliminaries, we're going to see Jade just do vault and floor. She is fully capable on the other two events. I have no doubt that if anything were to happen, Jade could step in, give us a routine, 13 whatever, and we'll be Gucci for finals. You know, it's great to have her there. But yes, vault, floor are the events where I think she can make the biggest impact on. Those are the events that I think she'll do in prelims. Those are the events I think she's kind of a comfortable pick for event finals. For medals, I just said event finals, she's a comfortable pick for medals. Behind Simone, who's really behind Simone and Rebecca, who's really doing it like Jade. She gave us the Amanar, a really nice Amanar at trials. The Cheng's been popping and looking great, and she's very consistent with the vault. She's kept that vault the entire quad. So I can't imagine Jade imploding. You know, it happened 3 years ago, but that was a freak accident. That's not something that athletes at this level typically don't make that mistake twice. So I can see Jade getting to finals and getting a medal, probably bronze. If Rebecca goes for what we hear she's trying to go for, like potentially a triple twisting Yurchenko, potentially a Yurchenko half on, Randy off. Those are some very, very ambitious vaults. Rebecca is a generational talent, but those are very ambitious vaults from a lady who has has a history with knee injuries. So if things go wrong, and I hope they don't, I really hope they don't, possibly Jade sneaks in for silver, or hell, if Simone can fall on vault, we saw that last year at Worlds, possibly Jade moves up that way as well. We don't know what's going to happen, but I think you can safely say Jade's in the vault final, Jade's getting a vault medal. As far as floor is concerned, I'm definitely going to go with her in the final, and probably on the podium too, because I think Jade is a safe bet with the difficulty. That's not going to get downgraded. Her tumbling difficulty, where she gets most of her bonus, that's really not subject to, oh, was that fully rotated? Oh, was that fully split? Oh, did her heel drop? She lands the tumbling, she's getting most of her difficulty. Point blank, end of sentence. I think comfortably put Jade in the floor final, and probably on the podium too, again with Biles and Andrade there as well. I think you'll very likely see the same three ladies on the vault podium as you do on the floor podium. Yeah. And last but not least, our lovely Hesley, who stepped it up. She stepped it up, and that's so, and I think maybe no one told her this, and I hope no one told her this, but she probably knew, and her coaches probably knew. I think everyone knew that first routine, her literal first routine of day 2, that bar routine, was the one. That was the one that was going to make or break it for her, because as great as she is on beam, we got beam routines. We got usable beam routines. Pretty much any USA gymnast who was in contention for this team has a usable beam routine definitely for prelims, and all of them, you know, could probably go in event finals, or excuse me, in team finals. So it was all about that bar routine for her, and that was really nice to see her step it up and really get that nice, very, very nice score there, which wound up being what, a 14-2. She had a 14-2 on day 2, and that was after a 13-5-7-5 day 1. So she really stepped it up when she needed to, and kind of made herself a lock on the team with the numbers. I don't know if anyone saw this, but USAG did put out a paper that showed basically the top scoring potential teams based on trials, and Hesley, with that bar routine, you know, she's in there. She's in there in pretty much all those scenarios. So if anyone was on the bubble for this team, judging by that, it looked more like Jordan. It looked more like a Jordan versus Jocelyn scenario, when for me watching, I was being torn between Jocelyn and Hesley, but Hesley's bars kind of sealed the deal there. But let's actually get into her actual, where I think she's going to contribute. If you've been following, we already have the 3 all-arounders that I think are going to compete in prelims. Jade on vault and floor, which leaves space for Hesley on bars and beam, right? We already talked about her 14.2 in prelims. 14.133 made bar finals at Worlds last year. And I know we're comparing USA domestic scoring to what made finals at Worlds last year. She could potentially be within the top 8 on bars, but probably get 2 per country out. That's what I think is going to wind up happening, but you never know. You never know, but I think probably she gets 2 per out by Simone and Suni, but things happen at the Olympics. Who knows? I think her best actual potential for the final is beam, because Simone is great, but Simone occasionally has a beam routine that doesn't go 100% her way, and it usually doesn't affect her in terms of like, will she get to all-around finals, or will she win the all-around, or will Team USA win? But she every once in a while will have a beam routine where maybe she doesn't fall, but she'll wobble on something, or she'll mainly miss the series on the mount, the switch leap half, back tuck, something in that will go wrong. A wobble may happen, you know. Normally there's one beam routine, and if that happens in prelims, I think Hesley could be the girl. Hesley could be the girl to get that second spot with her and Suni. So we will see. We will see. But I think that's probably Hesley's best bet to get beyond just the team contribution. Yeah, that's what I think. And now we move to team finals. I think for team finals, what we will wind up seeing is for vault, for Team USA, Biles, Giles, Carey, with just Suni going in prelims to get her a chance to go for the all-around. Her double twisting Yurchenko is good, but A, we have better ones. B, Suni, save your ankles for when you need them. Please, please. Next. Bars. I think it's just going to be whoever scores the top in prelims. The difference between Biles, Giles, Suni, of course, Suni definitely, but the difference between Biles, Giles, and Hesley isn't all that much if you look at trials. You know? It's not all that different between them. So I think it's just going to be whoever scores the highest in prelims, the top 3 will get to compete bars for Team USA and the team final. That makes sense to me. Beam. I think, as much as I love Jordan, I think she goes in prelims and doesn't go in finals. I think it's Biles, Suni, and Hesley for beam in the team final. And I kind of want to say that even if she hits in prelims. Now, a hit Jordan Child's beam routine's probably going to go in the 13s, high 13s, mid to high 13s. A hit from Hesley probably will go higher, but I just don't anticipate a situation where we would put Jordan in team finals on beam unless something for whatever reason goes wrong. If something for whatever reason goes wrong, put her in, she's going to be fine. We'll get a score. But I don't think that's plan A. I don't think it is for beam. Now for floor, I think it's another case of whoever the top 3 are, go. Again, we have a very, very strong floor team. Any of these 3 ladies could go in team finals. I trust them to just knock it out of the park. Any of the 3 of the 4 will do that. So I would like to see Biles and Carrie and Jade Carey and Jordan. But again, Suni could easily be amongst the top 3 scorers on floor in prelims and get a spot. And I would have absolutely no problem with that, because that floor routine is really, really nice. So that is what I think is going to happen in terms of lineups. And kind of a bit of a recap of what happened at trials. I wasn't going to go into too much detail because, again, I waited a little too long for this. Life happens, y'all. I'm kind of in an interesting work environment. I'm not going to reveal too much about that, but it's an interesting work environment that doesn't allow me a ton of time, a ton of great internet access. So I will get these up as much as I possibly can, especially during the Olympics, because I love the Olympics and I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I've put it off and I've put it off and I've put it off, and you know, I'm actually going to do it this time. So thank you for watching the first one. Thank you for watching this one. Please let me know what you want to see next. I do also enjoy track and field. I'm thinking about also having track and field on this channel and reviewing and talking about that as well. We'll see. Y'all, James in the future here. The last part of that video got cut off, corrupted, something, so I'm just going to finish it up here. What I was saying is that I also do enjoy track and field, and since the channel is called Every 4 Years, I may start putting some of that material in here as well. We'll see. Comment, let me know what you want to see going forward. So if you like the video, please give it a like, comment, push it forward in the algorithm. We're going to have a lot of fun these next couple weeks with the Olympics starting. I'm so excited!